The Nazca lines are one of the most extraordinary ritual landscapes in the world. Thousands of straight lines, trapezoids, spirals, and figures of animals, plants, and anthropomorphic forms traced across the coastal desert of Peru in the region between Nazca and Palpa. The complex spans a vast area and, according to the most widely accepted dates, was created mainly between about 500 BCE and 500 CE, with different phases and a cultural link between the Paracas and Nazca traditions. The key point is that there isn't just one Nazca. The figures and lines are not all the same. They are not all from the same period, and very likely they did not all serve the same purpose. How they were made, however, is surprisingly clear and concrete. The geoglyphs were created by removing the surface layer of the ground covered with dark pebbles oxidized by sun and time revealing the lighter soil beneath. In an ultra-arid environment with little rain and relatively stable winds, the contrast between dark and light can remain visible for centuries. But that doesn't mean they are indestructible. Erosion, landslides on slopes, climatic events, and above all, human impact can damage them quickly and irreversibly. The story of modern research is almost like a novel. In the early 20th century, some scholars noticed the lines on the ground, but their true revelation came with the age of flight. From above, the shapes suddenly become understandable. In the 20th century, researchers such as Toribio Mejia Zespi and later figures well known to the public like Paul Kosok and Maria Reich helped bring Nazca to worldwide attention. Reich devoted her life to mapping, measuring, and protecting the geoglyphs, becoming a symbol of their preservation. In that period, one of the most famous interpretations gained strength: the astronomical idea that many lines functioned like a great calendar or observatory. Today, the most solid and cautious position is that some astronomical alignments may exist, but everything is astronomy reading is not considered a definitive consensus. In a landscape with thousands of lines, coincidences are possible. Moreover, the geoglyphs include figures and forms that do not need astronomy to be explained. The result is that the astronomical hypothesis is treated as one part of the debate, not the total answer. In recent decades, a ritual and social interpretation has gained major support. The lines were not just images, but spaces for action, paths for walking, processions, gatherings, and ceremonies. This makes sense in a desert where water is life. Many modern interpretations link Nazca to fertility cults, the symbolic management of resources, and the need to dialogue with invisible powers through public rituals. In this view, a key place is Kawachi, the great Nazca ceremonial center. Not so much a permanently inhabited capital, but a religious hub capable of attracting pilgrimages and large ritual events. The lines, trapezoids, and desert pathways can be read as part of a single sacred system. Kawachi as the ceremonial heart, and the desert as the ritual theater. Another debated, more functional hypothesis sees some lines as part of a symbolic mapping of the territory. Connections between meaningful places, ancient trails, water points, hills, and huacas, sacred sites. But here too, the key word remains: there is no single use. It is plausible that Nazca was, for centuries, a landscape that was reused, updated, and resacralized, with layers of different meanings. The big leap, up to the present day, concerns scientific methods. Today, Nazca is studied not only through excavation and hand-drawn mapping, but with satellites, drones, photogrammetry, 3D models, and GIS. These tools serve three purposes: discovering new geoglyphs, understanding how they are distributed and connected, and, above all, monitoring risks and protecting what exists. And this is where the most spectacular recent discoveries come in. In the last few years, thanks to a combination of high-resolution imagery and algorithms, many new geoglyphs have been identified and confirmed, especially smaller ones that are difficult to see with the naked eye. In 2019, a large series of new figures was announced. In 2020, the recovery and documentation of the famous cat on a slope made global headlines, a type of geoglyph that is especially vulnerable because erosion can erase it more easily. In 2024, a major AI-accelerated survey reported the confirmation of hundreds of new figurative geoglyphs in just a few months, nearly doubling the known inventory of figures. And the most interesting part of these discoveries is not only how many we find, but what they suggest. Recent research has proposed differences between geoglyphs of different scales. Some, smaller and closer to trails, seem designed to be seen up close, perhaps by limited groups. Others, larger and integrated into the great linear networks, seem more connected to collective rituals and public spaces. This supports a very current conclusion. The Nazca lines are not a single message, but a complex system with multiple functions. Then there is the inevitable chapter, modern myths. The aliens idea is popular because the figures from above look impossible, and because for decades, Nazca was presented as an unsolvable mystery. But today, no fantastic element is needed. The construction technique is simple and repeatable. The necessary tools, ropes, stakes, coordinated teams, measurements, are fully compatible with ancient Andean societies, and ritual organization explains why so much labor would be invested in desert signs. The real mystery is not who came down from the sky, but how a culture transformed the landscape into a sacred language for centuries. Finally, the most concrete modern issue: protection and risks. Although aridity preserved the geoglyphs for a long time, today the main threat is human activity. Roads, unauthorized access, urban expansion, uncontrolled tourism, and accidental damage. There are known precedents of incidents and intrusions that have left marks. That's why contemporary research is increasingly also conservation, cataloging, mapping, monitoring, and intervening before damage becomes irreversible. In this sense, every new discovery made with drones and AI is not only spectacle, it is also a practical tool to protect a heritage that, even if it looks eternal, is actually extremely fragile. In conclusion, the most honest answer to the question ritual, map, or message is all three in different moments and contexts. The Nazca lines are a symbolic landscape built over time, a great collective project that brings together religion, society, memory, and territory. And precisely because they cannot be reduced to a single theory, they remain one of the most powerful historical mysteries. Not because we cannot understand them, but because the more we study them, the more they reveal an enormous human complexity.